Hi friends, I am so excited for this season that is coming our way. The Dollar Tree has definitely stepped up their game. Their signs, their wood signs for Halloween, their pumpkins, everything is just so beautiful. The ribbon that they have in store, I was absolutely so in love with it that I had to get my rolls right then and there. I wanted to show you a couple of other items. We will not be needing these bows, but I just wanted to show you those. The pumpkins for sure you will be needing. I used 3 of the small and 3 of the big ones that you see there. I did pick up some raffia ribbon, and then you're going to use 2 rolls of that truck ribbon, 2 rolls of the red and white ribbon, and then 2 rolls of burlap ribbon. So then I'm using my Fisker's blade, and I'm going to go ahead and cut each ribbon piece at 10 inches. I've gone ahead and measured on that little board there, as you see, and then I'm using 1 as my sample, and then that's how I am cutting each strip. I didn't count how many strips, I just used again 2 rolls of each, and then I cut the burlap to size as well. Used the pipe cleaner to secure them together. I'm not a wreath maker. I don't do these professionally. I just do them for myself in my home for the seasons, and I kind of just have watched other videos, but this is just my way. I'm not perfect at all. I just go in and I kind of trim where I don't like, and then I go ahead and put it together how I want it. I don't, like I said, I don't make these professionally. I kind of just go with the flow and what I have on hand. So I use my pipe cleaner, I make an X, and then I stack them together, and I twist tie the pipe cleaner, and then they're ready to go. Now it doesn't look like much right now, but once they're all bunched together, they look so great. So then I take my raffia ribbon, and then out of the bulk, once I open that and spread it apart, I take 2 pieces together, and then I go ahead and tie it right at the center of the bow. I like that I gave it a little farmhouse kind of kick with this piece of just tying it. Like I said, I don't make these professionally. I just thought it would look cute. And so once they're all together on the wreath, I go in and trim them down, trim that little excess ribbon that doesn't need, because it was almost too much hanging. So then I go in and then I trim. So like I said, they don't look like much in the beginning, but then once you start putting them together, they just look pretty neat. So I absolutely love the way that it was turning out. I was kind of scared, thinking that I wasn't going to have enough, or that I wasn't going to be full enough, but it was honestly perfect. And it was 2 rolls of the truck ribbon, 2 rolls of the plaid, the red and white, and then 2 rolls of that burlap all stacked together. And then so here I'm taking my wreath form from the Dollar Tree. It was broken, but I didn't pay that any attention, because once these pieces were on, it was going to cover. So what I did on those rings there was I was just doing 1 on the first, 1 in the middle, and then 1 on the third. And like I said, again, I don't make these professionally. I just go with the flow, and I just start looking at it and eyeballing it, making sure that everything is being put together just how I want it. Because with that pipe cleaner, all you're going to do is twist tie onto the wreath form, and then it just starts coming together, and you kind of start eyeballing which is what. And so now I was trying to figure out, I knew I needed to finish up top, but I kind of get ahead of myself, and I want to see how it's coming out and what sign I want to use. So then I started trying to figure out which one went best, and obviously this one went really great, but I almost felt like there was too much red, and I almost thought about adding some green. And then I said, you know what, that would be kind of Christmassy, so I left it just as is. I ended up finishing it up here because I got really excited about how that sign was gonna look, and this is what we did. So I didn't get a chance to pick this sign up last year. I believe they were in store. Crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this sign. So it's a stake sign. So all I did was pull it off of the stake. And now I kind of just want to distress it a bit. So I'm going to add some white paint to it with the dry brush technique that is in all my videos. And it's just dry brushing with the dry brush from the Dollar Tree. I actually prefer it to have leftover paint because it kind of gives it a texture. And so this is what I did to kind of enhance that little truck the way I want it, because I like, you know, a little distressed. So then I'm going in with the permanent marker and kind of just highlighting those areas that I painted with the white, is just a little shading and adding some black in there. Also, I do want to point out, you do not have to do this. It's fine just as is as well. It looks really pretty as is, but this is just my preference and what I like. So as I was looking at it, I love three-dimensional stuff, and if you follow me on Instagram, you did see how I did my three-dimensional bunny for my Easter sign. And I kind of just said, you know what, I want this truck to be three-dimensional as well, because I wanted to add those pumpkins on top. So I took that Fiskars cutter and I trimmed this right at the base of the edge of the pumpkins. And then just like you see, I took it apart and then I cut that little excess piece off. And then it became three-dimensional. So those pumpkins clip on. That obviously does not look right, so I did not like that look at all. So then what I did was I used skewers, and actually I'm going to show you really quick. So I took some Excelsior and then I glue gunned that on, and then I took some skewers and punched them through the little pumpkins so that they would stick in there and they would stay. So you're going to see that right now. So really quick, I want to show you the difference from putting the pumpkin on a skewer stick than just keeping it on the clip. The clip doesn't look like it would look as if it were coming out of a truck. Obviously a pumpkin doesn't hang over like that, so that's why I put it on the skewer stick. And then I just added some glue and then glued them down. I did secure after with ribbon, just right there over the stick, so that I knew that they weren't going to come off. So the Dollar Tree also has these garlands in store. There's red and then there's white and green. They just add some of that country charm, and they also have that jute wire that you see off to the left, and it just adds a little bit of charm. So what I did is I ended up going with the white and green because that's too much red for me, so I ended up using the white and green garland. And now to put the truck together, what I did was I used 2 dowel sticks from the Dollar Tree, and I glued them to the back of the truck. The part that we cut off, that was the top part, I glued them right on top of those, and you're going to see right now, it's going to show you exactly what I did. But I do want to point out how I secured them by using ribbon. I didn't do just one layer, I did also a second layer right on top to make sure that they were fully secured there. But I want to show you the front here. What I did was I glued them right to the front of that. And then I said, okay, I could cover these with some Excelsior, no big deal. So that's what I did. I took the glue gun, glued some Excelsiors right on top of the sticks, and you couldn't even tell that that's how the truck was attached. So here is that second layer of ribbon. I just want to make sure that it is secure and that it's holding that three-dimensional piece at the bottom in place. And this made it so secure I wasn't nervous anymore that it was going to come apart. So then I'm just taking this garland and I am decorating the back of the truck. And I loved the way I was looking at it, admiring it and admiring it. I just loved it so much. So then I wasn't sure how I was going to attach these, because again, I do not make these professionally. So then it came to me, well, I have seen other people use pipe cleaners, so I'm just gonna wrap these pipe cleaners around the sticks, the dowels that I've used. And so I'm just going with the flow here. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It was on camera, and guess what? It was absolutely perfect. So all I did was add pipe cleaners to the dowels and attach to the wire, and I just think it's so awesome. It looks good. So I try so hard to stay budget friendly and to not have to, for anybody to feel like they gotta break, the bank to make something nice. We spent less than 15 bucks on this wreath, and honestly, I feel like it's something we could have purchased at Hobby Lobby or at Michael's for a good $45, $55. I've seen some that are so expensive. I was so afraid that I wasn't going to have enough ribbon to make it look full, and honestly, those rolls just worked out. They were perfect. I hope that you guys liked this tutorial, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so now. Follow me on Instagram at Lemon Avenue Life. Thanks for watching, guys. I have so much in store for you for fall and Christmas. I cannot wait to share. Thanks, guys. Bye.